want remarkable results, you need to do remarkable things. And it's not just about doing a giant milkshake or a lemonade or whatever it may be. It can look a number of different ways.
Arthur's presentation is always wonderful. It always leaves you wondering, what can I do? What can we be doing more, both personally and as a business? And then for me, it kind of also makes me think, what can I share with other people so that they can achieve this as well? So it's always a great presentation, an exciting presentation, and it was today as well.
I think the grumpiest people in America is probably TSA. Okay, I do a lot of traveling, a lot of speaking all over the place, a lot of coaching, and it's always, I think it's the same people sharing the same personality that are there inspecting my ID every single time. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have some fun with it. So I did this to my ID. Amazing, huh? Oh, there we go. So that is actually my driver's license right now. So, and it's amazing when the TSA agents, when they are, when they're scanning it, they'll just sit there with a little flashlight and just kind of, and they'll go, ah, this is awesome, and they show it to all their friends that are sitting next to them. So it's what we like to call being remarkable.
I've sat through so many presentations, and Arthur continually engages and keeps you going, tells stories, and relates it all, makes it very relatable for everybody to enjoy.
I went to Oral Roberts University, and so we were required to pray before every meal. And so when we would pray, me and my friends would steal each other's food. So every time someone would close their eyes for it, we'd start taking their food off their plate or squishing it or sticking things in it. And I remember one of them, my friend Mike reaches over and he grabs the brownie and squishes it and drops it. And I was like, that looks really gross. And so I thought, well, I'm going to save it. I'm a guy, okay? So I save the brownie and I take it back to my dorm room and I put it on my desk right next to the 5-gallon bucket of water. I was an art major, that's what we did. And so then a guy walked into the restroom and I was like, oh, now's the time to do it. So I ran in there and I got my brownie and I got my bucket of water and I ran in there and I sat down in there and some of my friends saw me running with a bucket of water and they're like, oh boy, here we go. And so I sat there and made chit chat with the guy and of course he didn't talk, and then I got up and I flushed the toilet and I said, oh my gosh, lift your feet, and I poured the bucket of water all over the floor. So, and then I threw the brownie down there and he comes scrambling out, he's pulling his pants up and he's like, oh my gosh, he goes, you're gonna have to clean that up. And I was like, well, I'm not cleaned up, I didn't do it. And he goes, well, somebody's cleaning that thing up. And I was like, well, I'm not cleaning that up, I didn't do that. And he, and then I got a revelation from the movie Caddie Shack. So I reach down there and I pick up the brownie and I look at him and I go, and I take a bite of this, okay? So my friends are out there crying, they're laughing so hard, and he comes bolting out of the bathroom. I mean, you should have seen his face. It was just, he goes running out of the bathroom, he runs down to his room, and he locks himself in the room, and he would not come out. And I walked down there, and I knocked on his door. I said, it was a joke. His name was Rob, and he was like, I know what I saw. I'm not coming out. I'm not coming near you. For the next 3 years, he avoided me at every instance. Never sat with me, never looked at me. So sometimes being remarkable is great, and sometimes it may or may not be great. So I wonder what his version of that story is.
I think he was his approach is like just trying to be remarkable. So shooting the guns with the cows at the end. Like if I don't remember anything else, I'm gonna remember that. So I think he did his job on being remarkable. Yeah.
Remarkable doesn't have to be the way Arthur Greeno does it. Remarkable can look like how it needs to look for you. But if you want to be remembered, you're going to have to be remarkable. Thank you so much.